Okay, so this is very disappointing if we keep having these technical difficulties. Um, I'm going to have to deal with it, I guess. It is what it is. So let me get in here and get to the live control room. Make sure that it doesn't auto stop on me in case it blinks out again. So what happens is it blinked out and then it died. So that's annoying. Um, yeah, I think I'm back, John. So, like I said, some of this is about me playing with this new technology, which, if it continues like this, may not continue. Um, there are some things I'm going to have to try to do, and I'm doing a lot of work in here to hopefully make the streaming better. And one of the things I want to do is I've got a cable in here. I just need to put a wall plate on it and then hook it up directly to my gigabit switch instead of using Wi-Fi. Even though I have really good Wi-Fi, it's getting better these days. So hopefully, um, we will have. I'm just trying to put this back on the thing. Oops, that's the wrong one. God, everything's so hard. Why is everything so hard? Delete. Okay. Let me try again. So, bear with me. Yes, John, I am back. Maybe today. I don't know. What? For the time being, could die at any moment. Have no idea. We're a high class organization here, guys. So, yeah. Um, okay. New stream. Sorry about that. See, I got to put it on all the places. The ones I do it, I got to share it all out. So let me feature it again, and then now I got to edit the post. The old one's still there. What I was discussing, I have no idea what I was discussing. So, whoops, went wacko. Here's a new one. Okay, updating. All right. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me, please. We need all the help we can get. I'm hoping that this one is actually going on Facebook too. So if you looked at our Facebook page, maybe you can see that as well. Let me check. I've never done this before. So let's see. I'm just gonna look and log in. Okay. I never use Facebook. I think it's about the biggest waste of time there is. But it is something, I guess. So people use it. They're weirdos, but they do use it. Looks like it's streaming right now. Yeah. So maybe. We'll see. I've been streaming for how long? 4 minutes. And this says 3. Yeah, so it's got to be the new one. All right. So, hey. I'm getting better at this. We'll see. Did I think Terry Silver would show up at the end? I thought so, since they were setting him up with the NAM seats. That's a season 4. They're bringing him in season 4 because they already brought back Chosen, Kamiko, and Allie, and they got to save somebody for the next one. I'm hoping they get Hilary Swank in like season 5. Her latest thing just died. She doesn't have that anymore, so maybe she'll get maybe. We'll see. I think Terry. I definitely think it was a setup. Now, my wife and my mother-in-law do like to watch this, so my mother-in-law was really into the first two seasons. She is not so much into um, this new season. She didn't like all the flashbacks, and I've heard that here and there where people just don't like the flashbacks. They think it's too much or whatever, and I think that's fair. I liked them mostly because we I like the way they do it with what do you call it? Let's see, now it's bitching about my settings, so that's probably part of the reason why it died. Output. Let's see. I can't change it while I'm streaming. Well, we'll have to deal with it. I will change it back. You go to all these damn videos and they tell you, oh, do this, do that, do this other thing. And you do it, and then YouTube and the others say, don't do that. We don't like it. Okay. Mike Barnes, Karate's Bad Boy. Will they bring back Snake, John? Will they bring back Snake? That's what I want to know. So, what was I saying? Okay, so I love Eagle Fang Karate. I love that Johnny can't seem to get a handle on how technology works. He's just completely clueless. Like, he brings the laptop back in. He's like, look, he just put a new battery in it. He's like, you do know you got to plug it in? No, because it's wireless. Okay, just plug the goddamn thing in. So I got a big kick out of that. I love that he's using XP on it. It's and every time he tries to do anything with technology, it's just a complete shit show. And he threatens his father-in-law with information that he has on him, which his father-in-law could give a shit. But he says he's going to put, hash brown, your secretary, you fucked your secretary, or hash brown me too, or something like that. Like, he's so bad at it. And it's fantastic every time. I love the thing with Facebook and him saying, look, what are you trying to type here? This is a book. She's going to call the cops on you. Although, to be fair, I would have no idea what to type on Facebook either. I never get on Facebook. And I've only created an account within the last 6 months or so. And it was mostly for this site. It wasn't for anything that I do on Facebook. I never check out Facebook. I don't look at it. I don't care about it. I think it's the biggest waste of time ever. So watching him struggle with it, I'm like, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I also, one of the things I love is that they avoided a lot of easy drama. So when Allie came in the picture, just minutes after he slept with Miguel's mom, I think it's Carmen, I thought, oh no, they're going to have their date and then she's going to see them out and there's going to be a whole misunderstanding or he's going to have to choose. Nah, they didn't do any of that. They had a date. It was all his friends and it made him realize how much he really liked Carmen and he just went back to her. None of that fake Hallmark drama. I really appreciated that. There's a lot of times where they have, I think, moments where you feel like they could fall into that kind of drama, especially with the older and legacy characters. They don't, and that part is great. I put that also along with Chosen when he didn't do that with Chosen, and that Chosen had worked out his shit and become a better man, but then played around with Daniel. I don't know how much you got in the last feed, but I love that. I love that kind of stuff. I love the new characters as much as the old. I want to know what happens with Miguel. I want to know what happens with Robbie. I want to know what happens with Dimitri and Hawk. I know their names. I still couldn't tell you the names of the characters in Rogue One. Jyn Erso, and that's it. That's the only one I can tell. And only because I think she was they kept naming her in the trailer enough that I got it stuck in my mind. Not because of anything she did. all these characters, I can remember their names. I know who they are. I know what their motivations are, what their little character things are. Samantha, all of them. I love them all. I love that the girl who got the front wedgie in last season is now macking with Dimitri. I'm like, good for you, bud. Nerds unite. So I love that part of it. A lot of I saw a little bit where people were saying I don't like the whole karate 90210, but yeah, I get that. But there are high schoolers, and I feel like it's done well. I mean, the original Karate Kid was all about kids in high school, so let's face it. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. So I don't mind that at all, and I think it works within the confines of the show. Is it ridiculous? Yes. Is having gangs of kids beat the hell out of each other in high school and then later on invade Daniel's house and beat the shit out of each other? Yes, that's ridiculous. I don't care. I love it. But I think the thing I love the most, and that I don't know, it's subtle enough. And I don't know if this is as much of a political thing or if they're what they did as far as crapping on social justice norms. First, they did it by when the school and the aftermath of last season's karate mess, they came in with their school counselor who's completely inept and is doing things like hugs, not hate, and all the social justice buzzwords. And it's all completely incompetent. It's all completely there's nothing useful or sensible about it, and it just shows that the people who run our schools are completely incompetent, and the people who push forward these dumbass ideas are completely incompetent, and I love that. And then later on, as you would expect, the city council does the easiest thing possible. Instead of looking at what happened, why these kids fought, what is going on, they just simply said, no karate tournament this year, which is very much what a city council would do. The easiest thing possible without any thought. And Kreese comes in and he starts using those, like he calls her councilwoman or council person. And he starts using all these buzzwords to make them feel good, to sound like he's being very politically correct. And he's a complete phony. And there's something about, it's like, if you use this stuff, if you really believe in this stuff, people are thinking of you as a phony, and nobody's taking it seriously except for people in power. So they're just using it to get what they want, but they don't actually believe in it because it's not useful. It doesn't do anything. And the kids have to come in and really explain why karate meant something to them, why it helps, that if you think that, hugs not hate, and calling, people councilwoman, like the first guy that comes in here, he says, so why are we changing it to personhole cover from manhole cover? Like, the council is actually doing that because that's the bullshit that they vote on these days, because they don't have any real problems. They don't know what they're doing. So it was just a complete and utter takedown of the unseriousness of this changing of the language and the laziness and the inability of people in power to actually address problems that are actually out there, and instead just want to use candy-coated language, of which really rotten people are taking advantage of by hurting other people that are good. And I don't know if that was the message that they were trying to get out, or if it was just kind of a little side thing. It certainly wasn't front and center of the whole story, which is good. The front and center of the whole story was Johnny's redemption. That's the front and center. And then the secondary stories are the kids and them learning to deal with each other. And but by sticking these little things in there about snowflakes and all this kind of stuff, um, I thought it was hilarious. I mean, it rang very true to me that it's all bullshit. All these stupid little ways of redefining the language are bullshit, and the only people taking it seriously are weak, lazy people who don't want to deal with the actual problem, and evil people who want to take advantage and are using it as a tool in their arsenal as a weapon. There's nothing sincere or realistic about using these stupid ass terms or changing the language to help people's feelings or something, because it doesn't address the real problem. And that's what the kid said. It's like, you're not addressing the real problem. You're canceling karate because why? Because there was a karate fight. So it's the same argument against guns, right? We're gonna get rid of guns because people shoot each other. Hey, maybe we should look into why people are shooting each other, and how do we stop it so that people don't need to shoot each other anymore? You know, and I'm being a little simplistic about it, but I mean, that's the point, is that these little fluffy things that we do across the surface are just, they're not useful. And even worse, they're being taken advantage of by evil bastards out there. So maybe he didn't mean to, maybe I'm going way too deep with it, and I'll take that. Maybe I'm going way too deep with it. The show is not the deepest show in the world. I don't mind it. I love the show. I love the characters. I see growth. I see people changing and growing throughout. I see them having problems, having to overcome the problems. I see good guys and bad guys, and everything everybody does in there, for the most part, makes sense. And that's what I love about the show the most. It's like, I get what these people are doing. I get why they're doing it within the context of the show. Is there some things that are ridiculous? Yeah, but I don't mind it. It's not taking away from the internal logic of the show. And when it is sincere, it does it really, really well. And so I'm very happy with it so far. I've heard they're going to go to 6 seasons. I hope they don't, scrape the bottom of the barrel with this. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I love the show. I think the show is great. I love the people in it. I love the characters. I love what they've been doing and where they're going. I really loved how, and I'm going to do a spoiler here, I really loved how Hawk grew and changed and flipped to the good side. And, you know, to me, that was kind of like, okay, well, if you look at the original movie, you know, they put just enough in there to give Johnny some depth. I think that's probably why the movie has resonated so long. Oh, sure, Daniel and Miyagi's relationship and journey, that's huge. You can't, you know, it isn't just that. But the bad guy, the teacher is really bad, and this, watching the students, you know, like when he says sweep the leg, and you just look at Johnny's face like, what the hell is he telling me here? You know that there was something there, and they laid a little bit of groundwork that never had to go anywhere, never had to be anything. But he did hand Daniel the trophy. He says, "You're all right, LaRusso." But that little bit of groundwork was all that was necessary to turn this new show into something really special. They did not go the easy route in making Daniel good and Johnny bad, or flip it and say Johnny's all good, he's trying his best, and everything Daniel does is crap. It's not what they did. They've gone to much more complexity in that. It's saying, you know, everything is not that neat. Everything is not that clean. You know, relationships are messy, and misunderstandings and biases happen all the time. I know they happen in my life. I mean, it's just, we all have them. And one of the things I really liked is, so I liked Hawk changing. I liked Allie coming and looking at the both of them saying, you know, you two are more alike than you think. And, you know, kind of building a bridge between them. And that was pretty much her job in this, was to build a bridge between them and be a focal point. Them all coming together at the end and forming their own coming together as all of them part of Miyagi-Do, I think is great. And I also foresee the clash in teaching style is going to be a lot of fun next season. I think Johnny and Daniel have come to a new understanding. They know Kreese is the bad guy. They want to stop him. But you know that there's going to be a huge clash in their styles, and that's going to be a lot of fun conflict between them. I'm going to enjoy every minute of that, I think. Am I, John, I'm seeing you chat here and I appreciate it. And you're saying that, I think you are, a lot of this comes from you being a big fan of the original movies. I'm a big fan of the first movie. I like the second movie. I think the third movie is crap. I really do. I don't like it. I think Machio is, I don't know if he's on coke or what's going on, but he is horribly obnoxious in it. And the story, it crosses the Rubicon as far as going over the top. I actually like the next Karate Kid better than the third one. Now, I understand why people like it for its, I mean, Silver is pretty audacious, and you got to kind of like his completely committing to that role. But 3 is garbage. It is really bad. And, I mean, they bring in a love interest that ended up going nowhere immediately because they found out that she was 17 and she was supposed to be 18, and she lied about her age, so they couldn't have him kissing Machio, who at that time was pushing 30. So that had to go out the window, and that cut the legs out of any of that emotional piece that you had with Allie and Kamiko. And then he's just really obnoxious in it. I loved him in the first 2 movies. The character, the way he plays Daniel in the third movie, it's just something. I don't know why he plays it the way he does. I just don't like it at all. So, but there are, I will say one amazing thing about the Karate Kid Part 3, and that's the Bill Conti music. That ending music for the fight, for the tournament is maybe the best in the series. It's fantastic. It's really, really good. So my point is that is my love of the new Cobra Kai series all about is it all about the I guess the nostalgia for the old show? I don't think so. Because I feel like they're doing new things with the show, and they're taking the characters in interesting directions and new directions. And I hope they continue to be gutsy about their choices. Even if it doesn't always work out, that they continue not doing anything safe. And I appreciate that. I really do. I love that. And so, we'll see. What didn't I like about this show, this season? There's one thing I didn't like, and I think it was Robbie's story. I think he was given short shrift. He did not have a lot to do. They put him in jail. That makes sense. He got out. He immediately went. He's immediately pissed at both of Daniel and Johnny, which I can understand. I feel like there needed to be more there. There was not enough about Robbie. I mean, with all he's gone through, I don't know. I felt like he should have just switched off on. I know he's a teenager and everything, and he had to go to jail and it sucked. But I don't know. I felt like it was a little. They didn't know what to do with him this season. They didn't seem to know what to do with him, and so we're constantly playing a shell game with the students, where some students are with Cobra Kai, then they're with Kreese, and then they go to Daniel, to Miyagi-Do, and they go back to Johnny Lawrence, and now Robbie is going to Crease, and it's like, okay, okay. He was just one shell game too far for me, I guess. I wanted to see. I like the actor. I like the character. I just felt like they didn't know what to do with him this season. So I don't know. Maybe you guys felt differently. Not sure, but that's kind of where I was with it. So, well, what are you gonna do? So let me take a look here. So we have a few playbacks. We have a few concurrent viewers. I hope you're enjoying it. Again, most of this was about me wanting to do a testing of this new stream and that sort of thing, and to let you all know that we are going to use Streamlabs. We are going to try to go to both Facebook and YouTube and maybe even Twitch. So we're trying out some different things. We are going to do, like I said, the super chats now. So you can go right. I'm always reversed. You got to go right there if you want to do a super chat, but it will appear on the screen. And I'm going to redo some of this. Try to get it, as best as I can. That's going to be a lot of my work this coming year in 2021 is to build up the YouTube channel a lot more. We've gotten a lot more. We got a whole lot more people. I'm getting a lot more views on the channel, so that's great. So I appreciate it if you share not just the YouTube channel and the videos, but share the site out. Let people know. That helps us more than anything. And we can hopefully keep this going and get it more, because I just don't see anybody at Screen Rant or Den of Geek or Ain't It Cool News giving you a different perspective on let's say my snowflake rant just 20 minutes ago, or any of that kind of thing. Looking at these things without throwing in this weird political cult commentary or calling out when we need to. So we're going to do that. We're going to continue to do that. And I think but mostly we're going to be as honest as possible about what we like and what we don't like. So keep that in mind. John, you've been burning up the chat. I appreciate it. Yes, the technical difficulties. It was Russians and possibly the Chinese too. You think the show has appeal for everyone, men, women, young and old? Certainly my wife loves it, and I think my mother-in-law likes it. She just didn't like this season. Her biggest problem was with the flashbacks with Kreese. I personally like the flashbacks with Kreese. I think what they did well there was, I guess, make him a little more sympathetic without making him less of a villain. Like, you can understand why he is the way he is now, but that doesn't make him any less of a shitheel, because he's not in war. This isn't Vietnam. He's the way he is because people died, and he made a mistake, and people died because of him, because he wasn't willing to do what was necessary, to show no mercy and all that. That makes sense in Vietnam. It doesn't make sense with a bunch of high school students in a karate class. So he's still a complete and utter psychopath, but it's kind of nice filling in a little texture with him. And I thought it was fine. I'm a little torn on whether or not they should have just gotten that all out of the way in one episode instead of trickling it out over 5 or 6 episodes. That was a little bit. I wish they would have done it just one episode or something like that, and just kind of condensed it. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Does Silver come back as a super asshole again, or a little reformed a la Chosen? Well, as I recall, Kreese got on the phone right after they had the Silver scene, like when he says, "I will do anything for you. I owe you my life," and that kind of stuff. which kind of explains why this rich guy was willing to do all this for Johnny. I mean, I know what it was explained in the Karate Kid Part 3, but it was hard to take anything seriously in the Karate Kid Part 3. But I do think that the flashbacks help that. And when he calls somebody, I'm assuming that he's calling Terry. And the question is, given Terry's ridiculous business of basically just pouring, I dump toxic waste and I'm not in jail. It's all fine. You wonder if he hasn't gone completely flat broke or something. So I'd find it ballsy if they did that. And given that Kreese was pretty much in a homeless shelter, it would seem to me that Silver wouldn't have let that happen if he still had the means and the wherewithal. So I'm guessing that Silver got his from the United States government after one too many mutated seals or something. So we'll see. You need the high school stuff for the cross appeal. Well, I think you need the high school stuff because the original Karate Kid was about high school. It was about that was a part of it. It's called the Karate Kid. And it was all about, it was a coming of age story in high school and dealing with bullies and all that. So, bringing in the next generation to me feels very natural. A lot of people don't want to see all the high school drama. It's just not their thing. I understand that. I mean, I don't want to watch high school drama, but I feel like there's more to it than just high school drama. I think the high school drama just kind of, it comes across the way, the way it does as a high school drama. They gotta do it a certain way, but it doesn't bother me that much. I don't mind it as long as it's interesting. Yeah. Amen on your rant about the use of words. Yeah, I thank you. Third movie sucks. To me, the only thing appealing is Silver. Again, I got to go with the Bill Conti music, at least the final, the music he put together for the final match is just phenomenal. I really think it's the best. But you like Silver. He's how ridiculous he is as a villain. He went all out. Yes. Hello, Loose Rounds. You can't stand Den of Geek. Yeah, likewise. And you like the flashbacks. So, I mean, I think your mileage may vary here and there, but as long as you're, enjoying it. I mean, if there's something for everybody, then that's great. I didn't hate the flashbacks at all. I would have liked to. In fact, I like them giving him texture. I just think I wish they had done it all in one episode and just got it out of the way. Because then it goes on long enough and you go, okay, oh, what was this again? Oh, right. They're in Vietnam. Yeah. Okay. I could tell by the color grading. Yeah. Stuff like that. Looking well with the beard, Yoda. Thank you. Glad you guys like the beard. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to just go here because it's so thin on the sides. And I thought it's like I got a bald patch here right in the middle. Hate that. Vase is a trope savage. I actually have no alcohol in this tonight. This is why I'm still going. I can still keep going because there's no alcohol in this. Otherwise I'd be face down on the keyboard by now. That's why I have Dom and Ben and the others on, to keep the thing going while I, take a shot of caffeine into my veins when I'm drinking. But this is all on me today. It's all on me. The pressure. So, wow, we got 6 concurrent viewers and 12 playbacks, and got 3 people chatting. So well done. I'm enjoying it. So, wanted to show you guys here, no, let it all grow. It looks fine. Well, that's just it. I have let it all grow, and it's not coming in here. But I don't know. We'll see. I want to avoid the neck beard thing. I know that. So just so you know, just wanted to see what a super chat will look like. There you go. Last movie outpost just donated $44 through super chat. I did not. That's a test, but that just gives you an idea of what it looks like. If you subscribe, you just subscribe. So that's nice. So we hope you uh, we want to get this more interactive. We want when you guys do it, it isn't just me reading off. It's you guys being able to kind of stand out from the crowd, which I can hear a couple of you guys going, "What crowd?" I know we're very optimistic in our goals here. Um, so Aldo says, go with the goatee. Loose Round says, let it all grow. It looks fine. So I'll probably let it all grow for a little while, and we'll kind of go from there. Um, for those of you who weren't here earlier, just so you know, the the back here is I'm going to change this all out. I'm going to do a new layout, so everything will look good, and when people subscribe or things come up, all of that will come up. I do like that it shows up here that I'm live. I love that. That's cool. So neckbeard AIC. Yeah, I know. I want to avoid the AICN look. Fortunately, I don't have red hair. In fact, I feel like with the black mustache and this, I feel like I got a very nice Sean Connery going here. So, welcome to the Rock. We need a supper hat. Kevin, how are you doing? A supper hat. I probably need a. I probably should. I do have an Indiana Jones fedora because of course, so I could probably do that one time. Super chat. We have a super chat. If you go, wait there, that's where you can do the super chat. Streamlabs.com/lastmovieoutpost. That's where we do super chats now. So if you do that, bing, it appears. And yes, you can donate whatever you like for the super chat. But that will help us keep the lights on because we've got our hosting, we've got our. We're doing okay with the Google ads, although we haven't had as many people hit lately on the website. But I think a lot of that's because of the holidays. So it is what it is. But we're trying new things here. This is also streaming on Facebook, and I don't know. What do you guys think? You think I should do it on Twitch as well? I do have a Twitch account. I've got it set up as Last Movie Outpost. I've done nothing with it. All of this is getting very complicated for me. You can't say that about The Rock. No, I can't. I'm Celt descent, so there's a lot of red here, and it's all turning white. I kind of like the whole gray beard, dark mustache thing. I think it's gives me kind of a nice look. And now my dad never grew a beard, so now I'm not looking in the mirror every morning going, "Dad," which happens when you get older. Turner and Hooch is vastly superior to The Rock. Okay, get out of my stream, Aldo. Seriously, get out of here. So what else do we got to talk about with Cobra Kai? Overall, I'm giving it a, let's say 4.5 out of 5. And I'm only deducting points because the, hey, there we go. Donated $5. Thank you very much. Now, what did you say? I didn't see that. It should have shown you what you chatted on there. So obviously, I still have work to do. But I will go find what you put on there because I'm a nice guy, and I will do those kinds of things. Let's see, dashboard. It's also new, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's see here. Dashboard. Here we go. Alert boxes, stream overlays. Alert box themes. Okay. 8 p.m. one. Okay. Super chat. Oh, you just put it in a donation, not a super chat. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Well, Loose Rounds, you are the first person to do that. So, congratulations. Very impressive. Nope, you didn't post a message, but now I know. See, but all this is very helpful for me because I'm just kind of learning all this stuff, learning how it all works. One of the things I'm doing is I've got this big green screen back here, but it's so far back and I have to keep moving it around. And so I finally bought one of those where you just stick it on the back of the chair. and then I can dismantle this and only use it for when I'm doing, stand-ups and things like that. So lots of things I'm playing around with. It's all new to me, and I'm just trying to work through it. I do have a new video I'm going to be posting tonight, I think. As soon as I get off the stream, I got to finish up a few little pieces, and then I'll be posting it tonight. I think it's one that you guys have been waiting for. So it's going to come tonight, and look for it also on lastmovieoutpost.com. The for those of you, you know what? I'm not even going to even give a hint. You'll see it when it comes up. But I know you guys have been waiting for it. Big gulp. All right. Drake says, I've only seen a few Star Wars movies, but I found this because I've been told it's amazing. Good stuff so far. You're talking about Cobra Kai, I assume, Drake? Let me know. Everything's always, it's like we're on satellite feed, right? You say something, and I say something back, and we have to wait like 15 minutes before the replies come back. So, what are you going to do? There's always that time delay. But that's okay. All right. Well, I think I've gone through everything I wanted to on Cobra Kai. If any of you guys have Skype, if you're wanting to hit me up and have a discussion, now's the time. You just look for, let's see, what am I at? Rationalist Yoda. And if you find that, and you'll find my little, my circle, my green circle, you give me a call, and I'll put you on the air here. And if you don't, if nobody wants to, then we'll probably close it up. I know Pops, our wonderful artist, did want to get on, but he wasn't going to be able to get on till 9, and I'm not going to make it that long. So anyway, my Skype is up, so I'll give you guys about 5 minutes. I have a time of about 5. Let's see, what time is it now? 5:07. So we'll kind of go from there. Aldo, I love you. And we'll kind of go from there. What else did I like about? I did like Miguel's climb back. I think they gave it enough time to work, even though probably he would never get back into karate again. I think that, within the confines of the show, what they're trying to do here, it was fine. So I like that. And I like that Johnny was the one that worked it back. That was meant for another post, but I'm cleaning up after Prime Rib. This show was great, however, I'm tempted to see this. Yes. Loose Rounds, I can't get my Skype to work tonight. For some reason, it's on my end. Yeah, likely excuse. I hear that all the time. I lost your number. Can't go out on a date with you. You're not my type. I just want to be friends. I get it. I might be sublimating some other past psychological traumas here. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, let's see. Give you guys another 2-3 minutes here. And if anybody wants to call, now is the time. I do my best to keep my Skype up and available, but I understand that these are kind of these things are what they are, and I don't expect anybody to jump on if they've got things to do or just don't have, just never really set up Skype or anything. It's totally fine. But we are going to try to do that more and more, to be able to take calls and all that kind of stuff. So I guess from now on I have to set my stream rate down. So one thing I would like to know is how is the stream, other than it died at one point for no particular reason and I had to restart it, has this stream, what's the quality been like? Has the video been okay? Has the audio been okay? What do you guys, how's it been on your end? Just throw it up in the chat there. I'd like to know. because again, this is a new thing we're doing here, and I want to make sure that we're trying to do the best possible. Try and do the best possible. What do you call it? The best possible quality we can. Yeah, I can't get through. It keeps saying my login info is wrong. Yeah, you do a forgot password and all that stuff, I guess. So got a lot of new followers on Facebook. We just keep getting them. So thank you, all of those, including the Ultimate Movie page followed our Facebook page. So thank you very much. Any subscriptions going in there? Okay, great on mobile. Looks good. It's been great. Audio and video. That's awesome. That's good to know. Like I said, I am going to hook up. I do have, when I did my wiring in this house, I made sure that I had like Cat 5 and all that. But sometimes the Wi-Fi gets a little weird. So I am going to just run a cable in here, maybe a little switch or a hub or something, and not rely on Wi-Fi, which can sometimes get a little weird, and just run gigabit straight down to the internet, which would probably be a little bit better. But thank you very much. Thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate all you guys turning up and watching me rant on for an hour or 45 minutes on Cobra Kai and my beard. So anything else you guys have any questions or anything else you want me to talk about? Let me know. Mac OS 10.3 13.6 bingo. All right. I have no idea what that means, but I'll take your word for it, Aldo. All right. So this has been fun, and it's good to see all the growth in the playbacks and in the watch. I got 7 people watching, considering I gave you guys not very much lead time on this, and then screwed up the initial one when I started it. I'm pretty happy about it. I've still got to understand some of this stuff, but it's really weird. Like, I scheduled the stream, and then when I tried to start the stream, it wouldn't let me do the original one unless I turned off Facebook. So I guess I have to just start the stream when I'm ready to start it, which is really weird. Did I see the new Godfather recut? I've never seen the Godfather, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. I've never seen the Godfather Part 2. The extended cut of the 2, I think, is the one you're talking about, where they put it in. I think they put it in chronological order or something. Because I guess the Godfather Part 2 is more of it's almost a prequel, if I'm not mistaken. I tried to watch the original Godfather. I just fell asleep. I know I'm wrong. Okay, guys. I know that the Godfather is a stupendous film and everything, but I had so much trouble getting into it. And I think it's just one of those, I'm just going to have to sit down, get myself in the mindset, make sure I'm good and awake, and just get it watched. Because I feel like I'm, as big of a classic as it is, I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice, even if I don't like it. I should watch those 2. Godfather Part 3. I've heard it's garbage. I've heard the original is garbage. I don't know about the new recut, if that fixed anything, but I feel like it's what a lot of people think. It's like there's Alien and Aliens, and that's it. There was never any movies made after that. I'm kind of like, there's the Star Wars original trilogy, and there was never anything else made. So I don't know. I never watch, I never watched 3 because I never watched 1 and 2. So I need to get it done. All right. So I don't think I'm going to get any calls tonight, and that is okay. You guys have been very helpful in letting me know how this is working and letting me try out this kind of stuff. So, Oh, you like exploitation films? Being bored by The Godfather is no crime to me. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I should I feel like I need to watch it. It's on my to do list. I've actually been working through a lot of classic movies on HBO Max. Like I just saw The Shop Around the Corner with Jimmy Stewart. Never seen it before. I try to watch The Philadelphia Story and work through some John Wayne stuff. You know, stuff that I've just never gotten around to because there's always stuff coming out, and there's really no excuse anymore because nothing's coming out. So I've been kind of looking for those kinds of things, watching things I've never seen before, and I'm gonna keep trying. One of the things I did was I went through the James Bonds. Now, well, I'm going to do this as part of my I'm gonna call it my tour through James Bond. My James Bond starts with Timothy Dalton. I was too young, or I just didn't care about the Roger Moore films. I thought they were I think Moonraker ruined me until Timothy Dalton came out, and I never had much access, or it didn't come on TV that often to see the Sean Connery stuff. And they you know they all came out before I was born, or I think maybe Diamonds of Forever. I was maybe two. Um, so I never really watched a lot of the Sean Connery stuff. But I did see the Austin Powers stuff, and all of that now I when you see that first and then you go back through James Bond, it's hard not to see the ridiculousness that Austin Powers did. So um, be that as it may, I I've got some definite opinions on the James Bond stuff. So I'm going to do like a 4-part series on that. Try to do my usual editing and that sort of thing, kind of like what I did with Flash Gordon or the Overlook series. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm not going to go into a history or the making of as much as I'm just going to go into a kind of a critique and an analysis of the films, each of the films themselves, and I'll keep it short. I mean the each video will be long, but I'm going to do like 4 or 5 movies in each video just to talk about each one of them and rate them, and then summarize at the end. So that'll be fun. James Bond, why not? We're coming up on the new one, so hopefully I'll get it all done just before they go. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you very much for being a part of this and helping me out. And I will definitely see you on the next stream, and look for the new video coming up later tonight. So hang in there. Take care. Happy New Year. And thank God 2020 is out of here. Eh? I don't know about you. I'm just happier and pigs in shit. Now we'll see how much worse 2021 is, because it can always get worse. Anyway, on that happy note, take care.